Ho, 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 it's the holiday collaboration, and it's brought to you by Up All Night DIY, The Secret Craft Room, and Shabby Meets Bling. We have a ton of creators in the show more below. Please check everyone's video out. Today I'm going to show you how I use a little bit of a recipe to create a wreath. I suggest you use a fresh wreath, as they always turn out nice, and the color scheme that works for you and your decorations. You need a substantial wreath. I think, anything over 10 inches is good. You want some decorations, holly leaves or whatever works for you, and the color scheme in your ribbon. So you can find some really pretty ribbons out there, and whatever works for you is fine. I'm using a Dollar Tree wreath and garland because I feel I can show you this particular recipe and you can take it and go with it. Now the Dollar Tree wreath obviously is not the greatest. You have to bulk it up with some garland, which is why I had the extra garland in my stash of items I got from there. This all was about $10, if that. So you could really, if you wanted to do it with the Dollar Tree stuff, you could do it. It works. I think I just want to show you the recipe because I think that's the plan. Anyway, so we're going to get the garland. I'm not attaching the garland by wrapping it. I'm just throwing it on top because I'm going to be using the pipe cleaners and decoration, and that'll hold it together. All right, so first thing we want to do is prep some ribbon, or at least that's what I'm going to do. And this particular ribbon is the mesh ribbon, and so it makes a really nice fluff. Lots of people have used the mesh to make a wreath itself just with that stuff, and that's fine. But I am just using it as decoration. I'm not using it as a focal ribbon, more or less. And you'll see what I'm saying. So I'm cutting about 6 to 8 inches. I just eyeball this. I don't worry about, it being exact. And then I take the pipe cleaner and I wrap the pipe cleaner around the ribbon. So with this mesh ribbon, it's easier. Let's just say don't do it diagonally because that doesn't work. But if you do it from one end to the other and squish them together and then wrap the pipe cleaner around it and twist it, then it's all ready to go. And that's pretty much all you have to do with this. If you use regular ribbon, you can do the same thing, but it depends on the kind of ribbon you have. All right, so here I'm going to show you the thing that I was taught how to do. So you take a triangle. So you have your circle of your wreath, and then you want to put a placement of at least 3 items in a triangle shape. I'll show you what that is. So that's going to go on one side. Then I'm going to put a second one probably to the right, or am I going to go up on the top? I don't remember what I did. Nope, I did to the right. So I'm setting up how I want this triangle to be, and the last one's going to go to the top. Okay, so you have that, and now what you want to do, if you want more, right, you put in between that. I just use 3, 5, and 7 on my items that I put in things, whether it's a arrangement or if it's a wreath or something decorative. I always do odd numbers. That's how I was taught to do it. And you just eyeball it. I eyeball it. I want to go. See, I already know where I'm putting the other one, in that space that's in between the 2 that are furthest apart. And then I will switch the wreath to, you'll see that it has this pentagram, and I don't know the shapes. Anyway, there it is, right? Okay. So you always do whatever you have the large first, and then go to the second thing that you're going to do. So for me, this is going to be the holly leaves and berries. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to start with you'll see it'll be a triangle in a sense, and then I will fill in. So we go from one side to the other. And I'm deciding to go on to that side, and there's my triangle. It may be just a little short on one side, but it's still going to work. And then I'm going to fill in with my other two in between. Okay? You can also, if you look at it, you can also, once you've got your first setup, you can just go in between there. Okay. So now I'm going to use the berries, and I'm done with the holly leaves. I'm going to do berries now. If you use different colors, think about getting, they have so many different colored Christmas balls. They have the miniature balls. You could use them in clusters of 3, and you can add a tiny ribbon to them, or just use them by themselves. See, you can do the same thing with decorations that are your style. You don't have to do the traditional red and green, although, a lot of people like it. I don't see any reason not to. That's tradition. Anyway. So this is a pretty small wreath. They said it was 18 inches. Trust me, it was. Didn't seem like 18 inches on my, maybe 14. And I don't know why they were thinking 18. I think they went end to end when they were measuring it. Okay, so we have the ribbons that are already made. And I'm using the pipe cleaners to wrap around because obviously, you remember, I attached the garland on top. I didn't attach it. So if I put my pipe cleaner all the way around, it's going to hold everything together. If you get a fresh wreath, you just have to kind of go between the branches and attach it that way. You can even glue it if you want to, but I would suggest doing the pipe cleaners. I think that's easier and fast, and you don't have to wait for anything to dry. I am using the Beacon 3-in-1 because I ran out of hot glue sticks and I can't find the stuff I bought. I don't know where it is. So anyway, all right. So in this, I am putting on ribbons in sections, right? I'm trying to find where's my balance here? Okay, there it is. Now I'm taking the green ribbon. This is really pretty nice ribbon for Dollar Tree, I have to tell you. I'm taking the green ribbon and I'm going to attach it to one end, and I'm wrapping the entire wreath. I'm doing it loosely though, right? You just want to make sure it's a little loose. You don't have to tighten it up. You don't want that. You want it to be able to move it and place it where you need it. And then when you get to where you began, I had a pipe cleaner that I attached it with. I'm going to attach the other end of the pipe cleaner to the end. All right? There it is. It's not bad. We do a little manipulation there, a little squish, squish, fluff and fold. Okay, now I prepped these clusters. I wrapped a couple of ribbons, loops, and then attached all the garland that I had left over, or the deco from the garland I had left over. I glued those on, and now I'm going to use those to sort of beef up my wreath a little bit. You could do this with, if you have a particular ribbon that you liked, you can fluff it up and make one big bow and put it in there. I'm going to use it to really puff up this wreath. It's kind of tiny, so I'm doing some stuff to make it a little bit more substantial. So that one's, I tend to fluff and fuss a lot with this. I don't know. So see, you take one, I have the one I made a bow with, and I attach them, the loose ones, and then I wrap one of the pipe cleaners around everything. And then I split the pipe cleaners up and put it around or poke it through, depending upon what works. It's giving me a little bit of a problem here, but it works out in the end. So we're gonna fluff it in there. Okay, I need one more, and I'm going to put it over here. Don't forget to go check out all of the contributors to the collaboration, and please subscribe. Everyone here is really very talented and have ideas, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. So I check the back to make sure all the pipe cleaners are aligned so that they're not popping out somewhere. I mean, you don't have to tie everything in tight, because it's going to be against the door. There's my little reminder to go to the show more section and check out all the creators. You know, what also helps is giving a comment, something that you liked, maybe an idea. Oh, and attach a hanger to the back, and then there you go. Here's our wreath. I hope that you get to enjoy your holidays this season, and that whatever decoration you do, that you enjoy your time with family and friends. And I keep fluffing. I'll probably be fluffing for a long time. All right, my friends and family, have fun, enjoy, and I will see you next time.